Başka Yahweh, Başka Shai, Kala Yahweh, Başka Shai, Başka Kakadash. The monitor the other pastor, they must know who will teach their teach the occupant of the truth, the constable corner of the earth, to the pure power Yahweh, Başka Shai, Başka Kakadash. The hopeful let. The word in the call casting Yahweh, the word in the call to Christ, Yahweh Shai. And he was like that consider to call Negro like he was named the light to the best of which tribe of Israel due to the gathering of the nature of God's four corners of the earth. Light to go back to the tribe of Israel. Mahari called from the great wisdom, Los Angeles camp back from the elections. And Albanawas really be edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash, with the Holy Spirit. And it could go into fast in this world passes away. Right? Similar to fast in this world, the whole way of living and construct of the society, right? And its rulership. Okay. So, get the book. Understanding of that. Yeah. Try this. Marriage. Okay. Alright, so the whole thing is basically like being like Paul. He was dedicated to the ministry. Alright. So he started verse 6. Satisfy the pride you not one another, or the pride you not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, and you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that they tempt you not for your inconsistency. Right, because, they always gonna, everything always gonna try to find that crack in the door, right, and come back in, right, and the way to combat those thoughts and all those things is by praying and fasting. Right? That's why we put them here on the West Coast, LA. Right? Pray, fast, and study, and work out. Right? And get to help the Lord. Now, but I speak this by permission and not of commandments. Like basically saying it's not law. This is basically like a recommendation. But I would that all men were even as myself, right? Because he wasn't dealing with women. He was fully dedicated to the ministry. But every man has his proper gift of Yahweh, one after this manner and another after that. All right. So as long as if you need a woman, get a woman. All right. Basically, uh, verse 17. But as Yahweh had distributed to every man, as the Lord had called everyone to let him walk, and so ordained I in all churches. Right? Orders. What content that we go? That's verse 17. All right. All right. I'll see that each of you should continue to live in whatever situation the Lord hath placed you, and remain as ye were when Yahweh first called you. This is my rule for all the churches. All right. We're going to that. All right. John 19. Circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing, but the keeping of the commandment of Yahweh. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. All right. And we're calling to the truth to be servants. All right. And ministry is a servant role. All right. It's a servant. All right. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. But if thou may be made free, you should rather. For he that is called in the Lord being a servant is the Lord freedman. Likewise also he that is called being free is Yahweh's servant. Ye are brought with a price. Be not ye the servants of men. All right. So, teaching how paid a high price for you. Don't be enslaved by the world. All right. Basically, you still gotta work and stuff, but don't be so locked into the world. All right. Where the world dictate your life. All right. And that get in the way of the ministry. So you poor brethren, let every man wherein he is called therein abide with Yahweh. Now, all right, wine. All right, and now I'm going to this. All right, at the end of the day, the ministry is still is what needs to be occupied. All right, it's okay to have a wife, but don't be consumed by the relationship with your wife. All right, so verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short, right? It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not. All right, and they that buy as though they possess not. All right, because this possession that you have, you can't let that overconsume its ministry. Yeah, you have to get a car, you have to have clothes and shoes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, all this is going to be destroyed. All of it. So why uh, uh, be thrown into all the possessions that will be destroyed? All right, they played the temple. That's why I speak about spiritual treasures storing up the riches in the heavens. All right, not here on this damn earth. All right, under Eastern rulership. All right, they that use this world and not abusing it, when the fast of this world passes away. All right, those who use the things of the world should not become attached to them. Right, you can't be attached to your job. All right, attached to all right your hobbies. Yeah, the hobby and stuff is what you do in passing time and stuff like that. Yeah, we all have to work, to maintain shelter, food, and raiment, right? But it shouldn't be to the point to where you are that's all you about. It's your job and stuff. All right, now you have an attachment to it. All right, and now those things gonna draw you away from the truth. All right, it's a fast track way back into the world. All right, but this world as we know it will soon pass away. And knowing all that, why would you be attached to these things? All right, so I'm putting in the chat GPT. Explain 1 Corinthians 7 and 31. All right, even though this is going into the past and this world passed away. Okay, now it said, use the world but don't abuse it. Paul isn't saying you should avoid life, possession, or normal activity. You still work, buy and sell, enjoy a relationship. But the warning is don't let those things take over your heart and mind or that define your identity. All right, don't become absorbed. The phrase implies being fully consumed, attached, or dependent on worldly system, money, status, pleasure, or even hardship. It's about attachment, not neglect. This world is passing away. Paul reminds believers that the current world system is temporary, not eternal. Right? This place is a temporal place. It's as temporal as it can get. All right. Second Corinthians. All right. 4:18. While we look not at the things which are things, right? This current system. All right. Cool. What he thought coming with? He's gonna tell the people of a digital society, right? Where everything look all glitter, glam, and convenience. 15-minute park cities, you know, all these things. But we're not telling you that it could be a digital prison. All right, I'm not gonna tell you that it's the MOTB. All right, which is gonna detach you from the Lord. All right, it's detach you from salvation. All right, and backtrack to judgment. He's not gonna tell you all those things. All right. While we look not at the things which are things, but at the things which are not things. Right. We're looking on to the kingdom of heaven. All right. Rule over the nations. All those things we don't see. How shy. All right. the elect government body. We don't see those things. All right, but we believe in it. All right, that's what we're hope. That's what that faith comes into. Now I said, for the things which are things are temporal, but the things which are not things are eternal. All right, so this is a temporal place. So we don't look at the trouble we can see now. All right, you got bills. All right, fees on top of fees, subject to payment. You know, but that's not the end all be all. Rather, we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen. But the things we see now will soon be gone. Right, what you see right now is gonna be gone. All right, out of here. All right, especially for prophecy state. But then now the writing's on the wall. But the thing we see cannot see will last forever. All right, this place is not gonna last forever. All right, Esau's not gonna have his digital all right captivity kingdom last forever, which he think he going to achieve with the NWO, but it's not gonna happen. All right, I was just looking at the word temporal.
Strong's G 4340. Praskairos. Praskairos. Strong's G 4340. Praskairos. Praskairos.
All right, for a season, enduring only for a while. All right, and for the case of only an example, temporary. All right, endure for a time. For a season, temporal. All right, so this place is not it all be all. It's not gonna last forever. All right, it takes a time. All right, this place is not eternal. All right, not forever. Okay. All right, point three, this world is passing away. Paul, we might believe it that the current world system is temporary, not eternal. So investing everything emotionally and spiritually into it is short-sighted. Right, it's going to be emotionally attached to these things. All right. The deeper principle, Paul is calling for a mindset like engaged but not enslaved, present but not rooted in temporary things, responsible but spiritually focused. All right. Simple example. Think of it like staying in a hotel. You use the room, you take care of it, but you don't act like it's your permanent home. Right, here we don't have a continuous city as Triple State. We're just passing by. America is just a passing by place. All right. This is not a rest stop. This is, fear to our captivity. It's almost over. That's how Paul says to treat this world. All right. Last scriptures. I don't want to make it too long, but the point got to be hit. All right. 2 Timothy 2. Yeah, let's start at the top. All right, 2 Timothy 2:1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in the house of my son, right? That favor already have been thrown upon us. So we gotta be strong in that. All right.
Strong's G 1743. Endunamao. Endunamao.
All right. Endure with strength. All right. Let's go back. Let's go back. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach other also. All right, and until you have heard me teach things that have been confirmed by many reliable witnesses. Now teach these truths to other trustworthy people who will be able to pass them on to others. All right, and that's why we're looking for the hopeful elect. All right, to receive this message. All right, and pass it on and now become to do what we do as well. All right, to add to the fold, to add to the work. Now therefore endure harness as a good soldier of so much. Yeah. All right, verse 3 now is therefore endure harness as a good soldier of Mashiach Yahushai. It says to endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. Now, you know, this is looking at endure harness.
Strong's G 2553. Kakapatheo. Kakapatheo.
All right, you're going to have to suffer. All right, and you're going to have to deal with hardship. Evils mean bad time. All right, we're all going to do, to be afflicted, but that's why we have the body, the brotherhood, to help, to reinforce. All right. No man at war, that's the point right here. No man that war entangles himself with the fear of his life, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. All right, and you can't please how much outside. All right, as a good soldier, when you caught up in your work, and other things, all right, of this world. All right, now you do that, now you have become of the world. They don't teach that soldiers don't get tied up in the affair of civilian life, but then they cannot please the officer who elected them. Right. Now you're trying to please men and please the world. Okay. All right. It's I read that already. All right. Okay. So in the chat. All right. What it means. Here, Paul the Apostle is writing to Timothy and using a soldier analogy to try spiritual discipline and focus. All right, because it's the war, it's the battlefield. All right, the condition of the battle is this. All right, you got to focus on the war and not when you out there on the war. All right, you're not going to be worried about what's going back at home. Oh, I got to do this. You ain't worried about that. You worried about fighting this battle. All right, it's the same thing with this truth. All right, the spiritual battle we fight against. Wickedness in high darkness in high places. All right, authority represents someone who is committed under authority on a mission. Paul stated a believer should have that same mindset, purpose driven, not distracted. Does not entangle himself in the ability of fear. This doesn't mean ignoring responsibility like work or family, right? They're not saying just neglect those things. No. They're saying is don't be consumed by those things. It means not getting caught up or tangled in things that pull you away from your spiritual purpose. All right, entangled is just being distracted, losing focus, becoming overly involved in things that don't advance your calling. All right, you're not going to be in the world to advance, you know, the things in the world. All right. Point three, to please the one who enlisted him. A soldier's priority is the one who enlisted him, his commander. Spiritually, this points to living to please Yahweh, not people or worldly rituals. The deeper principle of this verse is about focus over distractions, loyalty over divided priority, purpose over comfort. Simple things, think of someone training for a major mission. They limit distractions, they stay disciplined, they don't get sidetracked by things that don't matter. That's how Paul says to live spiritually. Connection to bigger message. All right, this ties closely with what we discussed in 1 Corinthians 7:31. It all connect. All right, use the world, but don't get wrapped up in it. Stay engaged, but not entangled. Why? Because at the end of the day, when you go back to 1 Corinthians 7:31, all right, it's what this present world is passing away. All right, the passing of this world. All right, let's go back to. I forgot to go look up passions. All right, which I wanted to do in the first place. But it all comes full circle. All right, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passed away. All right, you'll see again, but this world as we know it will soon pass away. So that's why you don't get caught up because you're doing it all for nothing. All right, waste your energy and you miss out on your salvation doing that. So what better way to put your egg all in one basket for the Lord? All right, the best investment you can make. All right, now look at the five fashions. All right, which be the ways of this world. All right,
Strong's G 4976. Schema. Schema.
all right, habitus. All right, a person's general constitution, especially physical build. The way a person of a particular background perceives and react to the world. That's a better definition. As comprising everything in a person with strike the senses, the figure bearing discord, action, matter of life, etc. Uh, uh, Right? So that's it, the fashion. Right? Point two, a manner of doing something. Right? That's the fashion. Right? Which is uh, right, the Greek word for fashion, the word translated fashion is schema, which schema means outward form, apparent, external structure, the way something is presently arranged, and that's how Esau arranges the society, right, the structure, right, the construct, the way of living. It refers to how something looks or structure on the outside, not its inner essence. Or that matter when Paul, the apostle, say the fashion schema of this world passed away, emphasizing that the current setup of the world, its system, trend, and visible order, its temporary structure, is not permanent. Deeper contrast, in the New Testament, there's another Greek word, morphe, inner nature's true form essence, but Paul used schema, not morphe. I tell you, he's talking about surface level reality, not the deeper eternal essence. The point Paul is making, the fashion schema of this world includes social systems, economic structure. Right, especially the economic structure, you got a credit score and all this other stuff. All right, which is all a scam, it's all a game. All right, debt, all right, credit, it's all structurally, it's a structured system. All right, cultural trends. All right, you got these trends now. All right, social media, all these things. All right, of the world. All right, the trend is to agents control the people for people to follow. Power structure, even the Democrat, Republicans. All right, you don't get caught up in all into that. Even present conditions, good or bad, all of it is temporary, shipping and passing away. Different ways to understand it, think of skipping like a stage set in a play in the look world, function for a time, but eventually it gets taken down and replaced. That's how Paul is describing this world current form. Spiritual takeaway, Paul is teaching don't anchor, all right, settle down your life to what is only outward and temporary. Recognize that what seems solid now is actually passing away. All right. If you want, I can connect this Greek idea given to Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, right? Take form. Conform it with form of this world. All right. If you take form of this world, now you have played into the fashion of this world. All right. So with that, shalom.